Good morning, everybody. I'm Meteorologist Edward Shaw with a quick weather update for the day. We're still watching that chance for ice accumulations here throughout the course of the day, and that's going to be a problem, especially later this morning and then also later on into the evening as well. So if you do have any plans to get on the roads today, you're going to want to be very careful about it. But if you can, just stay home. Try to avoid at all costs being on the roads, as this is going to be a very dangerous travel day today, especially just given the fact that we're going to get quite a bit of ice from this system. So take a look at your national radar. You see where that stationary front and that warm front, cold front really just persisting throughout parts of the southeast. Actually, wouldn't surprise me if we start seeing a severe weather outbreak later on just north of the Gulf of Mexico. But then also as we get into the mid-Atlantic, going to start seeing a lot more in terms of ice accumulation here by the time we get later on into the afternoon and evening. So that's going to be something that you want to be wary of. As we get later on into the day, expecting this ice to certainly ramp up. You can see we're starting to clear out just a little bit, which is about what we're expecting for this time of day. But as we get later on, like I said, going to be a lot more of a different story later in the afternoon. About 9 a.m. today, we're going to start clearing out. We could see a quick blast of some freezing rain, but then as we get later on into the day, Lynchburg obviously going to see a little bit more ice by about 11 a.m. later on. And then later today, it's going to be big concern when we get later into the afternoon and evening. Going to see widespread freezing rain essentially everywhere along the I-81 corridor, but the area that concerns me the most is going to be between Roanoke and Montgomery County, where I think we could easily see about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of ice in that area. With that being said, that's going to be something you want to keep in mind throughout the day today, and if you start seeing power outages from this system, it would not surprise me in the least. We get into tomorrow, we're going to have a few heavy showers come through early on in the morning, but then we clear out by about 9, 10 a.m. So the rest of Thursday looks like it's going to be shaping up pretty nicely leading into Valentine's Day, which is the next day we're going to see a little bit of a break from all this. As for how much freezing rain we end up getting, this is what I'm monitoring primarily. And again, you can see Blacksburg, Roanoke, Bedford, Lynchburg, everywhere along the I-81, Highway 460 areas, those are going to be areas of mass concern. I think South Side, areas such as Danville and South Boston, those are going to be more, they're going to happen first in terms of that ice accumulation. But then by the time we look at Blacksburg, Roanoke, that's going to be later on today. Now, notice this says up until tomorrow about noon. This is essentially all the ice we're going to get from this morning, going into tonight, and then early tomorrow morning. Now, tomorrow morning, not going to be a major concern, as most of this is going to happen tonight. But again, because of the fact that we're going to remain very cold throughout the day today, that's going to make it cause for concern, with ice certainly coating the roads today and then early tomorrow morning. Not exactly going to see any type of relief in terms of warmth until tomorrow. That's when we're going to heat up. Today, temperatures as they are right now in the mid-30s, that's about as warm as we're going to get throughout the day today. We're going to remain consistent within the low to mid-30s throughout the course of the day and throughout our region. As for impacts for today, snowfall, done. Out the window, no more snowfall. Going to be too warm for it, and that wedge is breaking down. But icy conditions and power outages going to be major concerns today. Long term, definitely going to have a flood risk as we see snow begin to melt, and we see more rain come in later this weekend. 10 to 10 for the day, we start out about 32 degrees, and again, we stick between 32 and 34 throughout the entirety of our region throughout the course of today. So not going to see much relief at all in terms of transitioning over to warmer temperatures. We're going to stay between 32 and 34 consistently throughout the course of the day, which is going to mean widespread wintry mix and quite a bit of rain as well later on in the evening. Basically, travel conditions today going to be pretty bad, almost as bad as you can get. Winter weather alerts throughout the area, again, still under that winter storm warning throughout the day today and throughout the entirety of our viewing area. Ice storm warnings further up to the north. Snowfall totals so far have been very wide-ranging. They've actually been pretty on point with what we forecasted, so that's always good to hear. Bonsack at 3, Pulaski at 4, Hot Springs 9.5, Covington at 11, and Clifton Forge getting a foot of snow up there. As for other areas around the region, Lynchburg and Blacksburg both at 3, and other areas such as Ellison, Newcastle, Allen Ridge all at 3.2, 3.5. Here, we've gotten about 2.5 to 3 at the station. But elsewhere, Mountain Lake, Buena Vista, Fairfields, Big Island, Bent Creek, all within the 4 to 7.5 range. So some very widespread snow totals. Again, high temperatures today, not getting much warmer than what we're seeing right now. Low to mid 30s throughout the area at the most. So certainly going to have cause for concern there. 7-day outlook. Again, Friday, Valentine's Day. The next day, we're going to see any kind of clear-cut relief with that alert day today, and then a little bit of rain early